Getting a late-night shooting that left one person dead. Photographer Dave Grassoff is joining us from Fruitridge Road with the latest details. Dave, what's happening?
Yeah, it took place around 11:20 last night is what we're here, and I have to tell you, there's quite a bit of crime scene tape. I'm just going to pan here. It came down as a call on the 2700 block, but kind of this whole little stretch right here, that little mini shopping area right there, and then right down 28th Street. Officers responded to reports of a shooting just after 11:20 last night. Officers located two adult males who had been shot. Both were transported to area hospitals, where one unfortunately later died, and that's all the information they're telling us at this point. But I can tell you that awful lot of police, Sacramento police presence down 28th Street, just off of Fruitridge, to the south of Fruitridge just a little bit. Crime scene investigators are on scene. I've seen them trying to talk to people, taking pictures, gathering their evidence. So we'll stay on scene here, but we do know that two people were shot. Unfortunately, one person was killed. Again, this is 28th Street, kind of the 2700 block stretching to 28th Street, right around the Fruitridge area. You will see crews on scene, so just be aware. Lots of law enforcement still out here. Court?
All right, Dave Grassoff, live for us, Fruitridge and 28th, just west of 99 this morning. Thanks, Dave.
Probably pull a graveyard upon the outside. If it's 10 in the stock, I'ma drop 5. I love it when the sound when at the top slides.
Niggas always lying, always acting like they outside.
What's going on, YouTube? Sacramento Gang Archives here, and today I'm here to explain to you what happened to Mava leading up to the night he was backdoored. Now, I'd like to think that I am good as fuck at what I do, because some time ago, maybe my second channel that I lost, I explained in a video that I feel like Mava knew something was up, guys, and at that time, I was completely clueless. I just had a feeling because my SGA spidey senses, and goddammit, fuck, I was right. Now, let me explain. By the way, guys, I hope you can tune out this loud-ass fucking rain. This shit is fucked. Sound like some fucking golf balls is, hitting my car and shit over and over. So please, bear with me. Now, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that everyone knows that Mava was backdoored by his own people. We all know this. But what many don't know is that Mava had a certain amount of money on his head. And the people that I said earlier in one of my Patreon videos a few months ago, yes, they are the people who did that shit. But let me explain what led up to them doing it.
I've been feeling like this shit ain't fair.
Get that moolah and we throw it everywhere.
Guys, go down to one of my older videos when I was talking about Mava and the Moolah twins. And everything that I said in that video checks out. But guys, Mava and the Moolah twins, according to the streets, they were beefing for a long time. And Mava was chasing them and, pulling his gun out on them. And they didn't do shit. But Mozzie had a close friend that got killed. And Mozzie thought that Mava had something to do with that. And after a show, or some shit like that, Mozzie confronted Mava about the shooting or the killing. And Mava apparently really had nothing to do with that shit. But I guess the way that Mozzie had approached Mava about the situation was kind of disrespectful. Like he was getting pressed. And Mava did not like that shit. And Mava's reaction made him look guilty. And I guess he was on some, you got me fucked up type shit. And it made him look like he really did it. But I guess he did not do that shit. Now, I don't know if that situation made them two beef, but all I know is Mozzie was not fucking with Mava at all, guys. Now, Mava had a top secret apartment that no one knew about. And he frequented Arizona often before he had died. And I want to say he had family out there, and he was thinking about moving out there, guys. Now, I want to say, the past 2 times that Mava had went to Arizona, weird shit was happening in Sacramento regarding his belongings and, his apartments. Now, one of those weird-ass things that occurred is Mava had a car, and I assumed that it was a Coonmobile. And before he had went to Arizona, he parked that car somewhere random as fuck. and Mava had got a call saying that that car was shot the fuck up. And Mava got kind of mad or confused because only him and a select few knew where that car was parked. And like I said, it was parked somewhere random. Now, the people who gave him that call were his little homies. And I would assume that car was used for robberies and, murders and shit like that. But Mava instructed them to go ahead and get another car that Mava arranged. But guys, when they had used that car to go do what they were supposed to do, his little homies got robbed that same day. Now, like I said in the original Mava video, guys, Mava was nowhere near stupid as far as the streets. He was the polar opposite. And he knew for a fact that that was too weird and things was getting too weird, guys. And that is when he made his decision to want to move to Arizona, completely. Now, remember when the rumors were saying that someone was calling him and trying to get him to come to K-Squeeze's party, guys? I clarified what the fuck was going on with that call. Now, someone called his phone and said, hey, are you still performing at K-Squeeze's party? And he said, what the fuck? I never was. And someone said, well, you should perform. And he said, no, I don't even have any shoes. They called back and said, we have some shoes for you. Just come to the party. Now, Mava was driven to the party by some fat girl named Amanda. And when he got to the party, 3G, Lee's, and iBoy came outside and met Mava at the car. And Mava asked who was in there. But they knew that the Moolah twins were in the party, allegedly. But they did not tell Mava. And in my opinion, if Mava knew that they were in there, he would have got his gun. But Mava had no gun. 3G did not go into the party. But Lee's and iBoy went in there with him. And then one of them left Mava in the party. And that's when the shooting occurred. Mava got hit one time in the back of the head and then fell backwards and got shot 4 more times. And I don't know if it was the face or the chest, but I was told he got did fucking dirty, guys. Now, 3G skipped town immediately. And when he came back, he was apprehended by the law and questioned and let go. Now, we all know that he did not do that shit. But I find that fishy is fact that he left town when he had nothing to do with that shit, guys. Now, I don't know if iBoy is the one who left him in that party. But when I asked him randomly, why did he leave Mava? Him and his reinforced steel forehead started acting real strange. Now, I am not suggesting that either of the three had anything to do with him dying. All I know is that Mozzie had put some money on his head, and the Moolah twins took that shit. Guys, I don't know Mava from a can of fucking red paint. But when stuff used to happen involving his name, and his name used to circulate, I would look up his socials, to be nosy. And the vibe he used to give off was a cold-blooded, psychopathic killer, guys, and a sneaky, young, black-ass motherfucking coon. But, guys, before he died, he was smiling and looking a little bit off in his pictures. Mava had just got shot, guys, on the freeway, and Don Donna, his homie, died. I think that Mava was going through it, and he started to mature and realize how fucked he is, guys. And I really feel like that he felt that Grim Reaper breathing on the back of his neck. Mava had just had a baby. And next thing you know, he's posting pictures, smiling like fuck. And in the caption, he's explaining how much he likes to smile. When I seen that, guys, some months ago, that rose my SGA antennas like crazy, guys. And before he died, he had this cold-ass blank stare that he gave the camera that creeped me the fuck out. And it is not the same fucking coonified mug that he used to give the camera years ago, guys. I'm gonna just put it like that. I know and I see what I see. Do I think that Mava killed Mozzie's homie? Abso-fucking-lutely. I do not doubt that shit. Because like I said, Mava is sneaky and, smirkish. And Mozzie would not have put that money on his head for no reason. Oh yeah, and by the way, to all you motherfuckers that idolize this gangbanging shit, you can go and put in the most work in prison, and that shit will not translate to the streets. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit you're doing in prison. Only in prison. When you come home, that's when you come home. Your name on the streets is collecting dust while you're sitting there collecting dust in prison. Think about it. These motherfuckers then dedicated their life for all these years to become top tier coons, and they haven't been heard of in years because why? They are out of mind, out of sight. Street has no love. As soon as they come home and get to cooning on Instagram, then that's when they get love. But as long as you're in prison, your name will definitely be collecting dust. Just like you will be in prison collecting dust, so will your name. It don't matter if you stabbed 100 ops and beat up 100 ops. It wouldn't fucking matter. You're not cool in prison. Snubs, Stacks, Demo, Lick, all these motherfuckers that got a name for themselves on the streets. Think about it. That name is collecting dust. It's not worth it, guys. SGA, I'm out.
I went to prison for them hammer charges. You be capping in your rap, you get them rapper charges. Girls stepping Bruce Banny in these gamma oranges. You ain't using it so long, it's gon' jam regardless. I ain't never been scared, third fearless. Heard you made up a skit. Do you hear this? They don't talk me all you want. Hope Biddy know I'm about it. Paint the Biddy red with red paint on my mama.
4 niggas, 2 whips like 5 Yiggies. Whole 8 pulled a 4, not sleeping. Hearing this nigga in the club, he too beefy. It's like I got it in the club and 2 snakes.
That's on dead, homies. Slick, homies. I put it on my dead, homies.